Hello students, before lecture I am discussing the syllabus of Python. Today lecture start the unit first, introduction of Python. Python is a clear and powerful object-oriented programming language comparable to Perl, Ruby or Java. Python is programming language that combines features of C and Java. Python aims to imitate the regular English language. Python is mostly used by web development, software development, mathematics, system scripting. Python has a large and comprehensive standard library. Python is also used in a wide range of non-scripting contexts. Python is also very famous for its simple programming syntax. Python is the leading language for machine learning and data analysis. Its syntax allows programmers to express concepts in fewer lines of code. Its main objective is to provide code readability. It was released, it had more than enough capability to provide classes with inheritance, several core data types, exception handling and functions. For various purposes such as developing, scripting, generation and software testing, this language is utilized. A Dutch programmer named Guido van Rossum made Python in 1991. He named it after the television show Monty Python's Flying Circus. He needed a name that was short, unique and slightly mysterious, so he decided to call the language of Python. Python is creating application for web, desktop GUI, console-based software, scientific and numeric, business application, audio or video-based, enterprise application, image processing application. Next, see the features of Python. Python provides many useful features which make it popular and valuable from the other programming language. It supports object-oriented programming, procedural programming approaches and provide dynamic memory allocation. We have listed below a few essential features. First one is easy to learn, large standard library, object-oriented, large community supports, open source language, high-level language, dynamically typed language, easy, free, GUI programming, extensible, portable, interpreted. First one is easy to learn and use. Python is easy to learn and compared to other programming languages. Its syntax is straightforward and much the same as the English language. Means पायथॉन अदर लँग्वेज म्हणजे अदर लँग्वेजशी कंपेअर केलं तर पायथॉन हे शिकण्यासाठी खूप सोपं आणि यूज करण्यासाठी पण खूप सोप्या पद्धतीने आपण करू शकतो. म्हणजे ह्यामध्ये तुम्हाला एखादं कमांड लिहिली की तुम्हाला त्याला सेमीकोलन कर्ली ब्रॅकेटचा यूज करणे हे काहीच करावं लागत नाही. सिंपल हॅलो वर्ड प्रोग्राम करायचा असेल तर प्रिंट ब्रॅकेट हॅलो वर्ड देन रन द प्रोग्राम. नेक्स्ट expressive language. Python can perform complex tasks using a few lines of code. Third one is interpreted language. Python is an interpreted language. It means the Python program is executed one line at a time. The advantages of being interpreted language, it makes debugging easy and portable. Next feature, cross-platform language. Python can run equally on different platforms such as Windows, Linux, Unix and Macintosh etc. म्हणजे पायथॉनचा प्रोग्राम तुम्ही कोणत्याही प्लॅटफॉर्मवरती रन करू शकता. म्हणजे तुम्ही विंडोजवर क्रिएट करू शकता किंवा लिनक्सचा यूज करू शकता किंवा युनिक्सचा यूज करू शकता. नेक्स्ट, फ्री अँड ओपन सोर्स. Python is freely available for everyone. It is freely available on its official website www.python.organization. Next, 6. Object oriented language. Python supports object oriented language, means concept of classes and objects come into existence. It supports inheritance, polymorphism and encapsulation, etc. The object-oriented procedure helps to programmer to write reusable code and develop application in less code. Next, extensible. It implies that other languages such as C, C++ can be used to compile the code and thus it can be used further in our Python code. It converts the program into bytecode and any platform can use that bytecode. Next feature is large standard library. It provides a vast range of libraries for the various fields such as machine learning, web developer and also for the scripting. Next, integrated. It can be easily integrated with languages like C, C++ and Java, etc. Python runs code line by line like C, C++, Java. It makes easy to debug the code. Next, embedded. The code of the other programming languages can use in the Python source code. We can use Python source code in other programming language as well. It can embed other language into our code. Last one is dynamic memory allocation. In Python, we don't need to specify the data type of the variable. When we assign some value to the variable, it automatically allocates the memory to the variable at runtime. Suppose we are assigned an integer value 15 to x, then we don't need to write integer x is equal to 15. Just write x is equal to 15. Let next see the history of Python. Python laid its foundation in the late 1980s. The implementation of Python was started in December 1989 by Gordon van Rossum at CWI in Netherlands. The history of Python starts with ABC. This doesn't mean the American Broadcasting Company nor the new wave band ABC, but the programming language ABC. In February 1991, Gordon van Rossum published the code at the sources. ABC is a general purpose programming language and programming environment which had been developed in the Netherlands at the CWI. The greatest achievement of ABC was to influence the design of Python. Python was conceptualized in the late 1980s. Gordon van Rossum worked that time in a project. Python was conceptualized in the late 1980s. Gordon van Rossum worked that time in a project at the CWI called Amoeba, a distributed OS. He programmed in ABC. In an interview with Bill Fenners, Gordon van Rossum said, "I remembered all my experience and some of my frustration with ABC. I decided to try to design a simple scripting language that possessed some of ABC's better properties, but without its problems. I created a simple virtual machine, a simple parser, and simple runtime. I made my own versions of the various ABC parts that liked. I created a basic syntax I created a basic syntax used indentation for statements grouping instead of curly braces or begin end blocks and developed a small number of powerful data types, a hash table, a list, string, and numbers. A.B.C. programming language is said to be predecessor of Python language, which was capable of exception handling and interfacing with the Amoeba operating system. Let's see the Python's versions. Python programming language is being updated regularly with new features and supports. There are lots of updates in Python version started from 1994 to current release. A list of Python version with its release date is given below. First version is launched in January 1994. Second version 1.5 December 31, 1997 up to last version म्हणजे latest version of Python is 3.8 released in October 14, 2019.